time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing.
Good morning, and welcome to Storytime. Thank you for joining me. Happy Tuesday to you and your loved ones. Glad you're here with me on this cold day out here in Oakland. If you're going out, please be sure to carry a jacket with you. And yes, indeed, just be prepared. It is a little bit chilly out there today. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime, and welcome wherever you're joining us from. Please let us know. Remind us where you are so we can definitely say hi to you and your loved ones. And of course, if you're joining us for the recording, let us know all the same that you are here so we can know and say hi to you next time. Thank you so much for joining in, and I'm glad you're here. Remember, Storytime comes to you live at 7 a.m. Pacific time as well as 11 a.m. Pacific time. Of course, on Zambian time at times, but we're here. Thank you so much for joining in. Glad you're here to be with us. I am so excited. We do have a wonderful book indeed. As you know, that April is Autism Awareness Month, and we have a special book today, a beautiful book to go with that. I am odd, I am new, and this one is coming to you from Benjamin Giroux and illustrations by ROZ MACLEAN. Thank you so much for joining in. And of course, as you know, all books this week are coming in from our friends at SCHIFFER Kids. A big thank you to them for allowing us to share these lovely, lovely books here on Storytime. Thank you so much for joining in, and I am glad that you are here with us. Yes, thank you for being here. And also remember too that our ride to Sacramento is still happening, and of course, the weather allowing, it is happening April 23rd, riding to Sacramento from Oakland. So please keep supporting, keep those donations coming as well. Appreciate them. Share with friends, share widely indeed. Donations are still being received, even though we did meet our goal that was set, which was $5,000, and we're way above that right now. But let us keep going. Thank you for everything that you've done to help support that, to help support public education here in Oakland and in the Alameda schools. Thank you so much for being here. All right, let us see who is with us this morning, ready to enjoy a beautiful story. Good morning to you, Amanda and baby Bia. How are you doing? And you say good morning, friends, from a very chilly 37 degrees Seattle. It might actually be the same at this point. I need to check. I don't have my my watch to see right now, but yeah, thank you so much for joining in. Good morning to you. And you say, baby B and I are super snuggled up blankets this morning and ready to warm up with today's story. Oh my goodness, I promise you, this one is a good one. It will leave you warm, indeed, your heart's warm. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. Always a pleasure having you here. Marlon, good morning to you as well. How are you doing? And Nate, good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Welcome. Good morning to you, Kristen Mitchell Adams. How are you doing? Good to have you here on Storytime. Hope you're feeling better today. Borden, how are you doing with your snack of grapes and Cheerios? Oh my goodness. And you're excited for today's story. Can't ask for more than that. Thank you so much, Borden, for joining us. And of course, Chrissy, thank you for being here. Good morning to you both and hope you're feeling better today. Thank you so much for joining in. Oh my goodness, this is awesome. Good morning to you, Benjamin. Our author is watching. Oh my goodness. Next time, Benjamin, we should have you here on Storytime and read to us. Thank you so much for joining in. Sunny, good morning to you as well. Thank you for joining in and absolutely appreciate you being here. And of course, excited to share this lovely book indeed. I am Odd. I am new. Thank you so much. And as you know, it is written by Benjamin Giroux and illustrations by ROZ MACLEAN. Thank you so much for joining in. And of course, we're reading this one with permission from our friends at SCHIFFER Kids. Thank you indeed for allowing us to share this very special book right here on Storytime. Thank you for being here. Good morning to you. Glad you could be here with us. Absolute honor. Thank you so much. Good morning to you, Amanda West. How are you doing today? And of course, Sarah and Nathan in cloudy and gray and rainy Illinois. Oh my goodness. Thank you for being here. I hope that this book warms your hearts and indeed keeps you dry, and I hope that you're all cozied up, ready to enjoy a story today. Indy, good morning to you as you're sleeping in your chair, listening in today. Glad you're here with us, Indy. Thank you so much for joining in. And yes, special book bringing out the special Indy right here with us today. Thank you for being here. Good morning to you, Pamela. Courtney, how are you doing? 78 degrees in Nakitosh. Oh my goodness. I need to pack up my bags and head to Nakitosh right now. Waving a humid hello from Braylon, Chad, and Auntie Pam. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. I've missed you the last few days. Glad we're here back together on Storytime. Eating wonderful breakfast prepared by Braylon. Braylon, oh my goodness. You need to be the Storytime chef from now on, right? Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Glad you're here. Please do find ways to stay cool out there in Nakitosh. But for now, we're going to get started, get ready for our story, and ready to enjoy it. And of course, this one today is I Am Odd, I Am New, and it is coming to you from Benjamin Giroux and illustrations by ROZ MACLEAN, and of course, read with permission of SCHIFFER Kids. Thank you so much. And we're about to get started, but we'll be back after this short break. Join me on the other side of this message. Thank you for being here today.
Hi, everyone. My name is Amanda Davis. I'm a children's book author, illustrator, and high school art educator. I am the author of 30,000 Stitches, the inspiring story of the National 9/11 flag, illustrated by Sally Warren Comport and published with Worthy Kids # book group. One thing that drew me to writing 30,000 Stitches was the idea that people from all different communities came out to stitch this flag and make it whole again. So I hope that when people read 30,000 Stitches, they remember the power of sharing our stories. When people came out to stitch the flag, they shared their stories, whether about loss or pain or love. We all have stories to tell, and by sharing our stories and listening to one another's stories, we can create a better understanding of each other and create a sense of connection and unity. And this is what creates a more inclusive world. I hope you enjoy your story time with Mr. LaMotta. Bye, everybody.
Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, and welcome back to Storytime. Thank you indeed. Yes, a more inclusive world is what we ask for, is what we demand here on Storytime. And wonderful books like this one's helping us share, helping us understand, helping us learn about all the different people that make up our wonderful communities. So here we go. I Am Odd, I Am New. And this one is coming to you from Benjamin Giroux and illustrations by ROZ MACLEAN. And we're reading this one with permission of SCHIFFER Kids. And there's the original write-up. I love that. I love that so much. And there is a little background. I thought I should just read that part. I don't usually, we won't read this part out of, but I just thought it was such an important piece that we should start with that. And it says, through the eyes of 10-year-old Benjamin Giroux, being odd is different, and different is a good thing. This is what Benjamin hoped to convey in his 5th grade poem about what it is like to live with autism. Inspired by a school assignment, his raw and emotional words poured out onto the page. But when Benjamin feared they were not any good, his parents shared the poem with the friends and family. Little did they know that it would go viral and end up inspiring thousands of strangers who identified with him to share their support. Absolutely. And I tell you too, as I read this book, there's just so much connection I found with this. And now for the first time, Benjamin's iconic poem, I Am Odd, I Am New, comes to life in this lovingly illustrated picture book with a famous foreword written by the National Autism Association. So whether you know the poem or it is new to you, discover how Benjamin's honesty will reassure children of all ages that it's okay to be different. And I promise you, Benjamin, I am sure too, adults like myself, there's a lot of reassurance that comes in from this book. Thank you. All right, here we go. I am odd, I am new. Benjamin Giroux, ROZ MACLEAN, and of course read with permission and published by SCHIFFER Kids. And of course, hopefully sometime we might get back to the foreword, but it is a powerful one. So if you do manage to get this book where you get books or indeed from your local library, do go ahead and read that. Powerful words indeed. I am odd, I am new. I wonder if you are too. I am odd, I am new. I wonder if you are too. I hear noises in the air. I see you don't, and that's not fair. I hear noises in the air. I see you don't, and that's not fair. I want to not feel blue. I'm odd, I am new. I pretend that you are too. I feel like a kid in outer space. I touch the stars and feel out of place. I feel like a kid in outer space. I touch the stars and feel out of place. I worry what others might think. I cry when people laugh. It makes me shrink. Oh. I cry when people laugh. It makes me shrink. I am odd. I am new. I understand you. That's so are you. I understand now that so are you. Yes. I am odd. I am new. I understand now that so are you. I say, I feel like a castaway. I dream of a day when that's okay. Oh, yes. Me too, Benjamin. Me too. I dream of a day when that's okay. I try to fit in. I hope that someday I do. I am odd. I am new. The end. Thank you so much for joining me today on Storytime. Such a powerful book, and just every time I've been reading this, preparing for today, of course, and just going through it again, it just raises so much emotion. It's just such a powerful book, and I connect to it so much. And I hope, like you say, Benjamin, in the book, that we hope, like to fit in, but I also hope that our world continues to open up and accept everybody for who they are. And like you said in here, in your wish, continue inspiring strangers thousands of miles away, and people that identify, and I strongly identify, and I hope that our communities continue to offer supports, continue to be welcoming with open arms for everybody that is sharing in them. So thank you so much for writing this book, and of course for sharing it with us, and of course especially in this month of April, as we are it's Autism Awareness Month. Thank you indeed. And it is a great way to just remind ourselves of the diversity that is in our communities and how we all need to celebrate that, and indeed learn about each other, learn about everybody in our communities, because it is that understanding that helps us move forward, that helps us create beautiful communities that are welcoming to everybody, where people don't have to fit in, but where we accept them for who they are. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. Absolutely appreciate you, everybody that joined in. Wonderful book indeed. Thank you to you, Benjamin, and of course wonderful illustrations coming to you from ROZ MACLEAN. And of course a big thank you as well to SCHIFFER Kids for sharing this lovely book with us. Please find it where you find books. Find it at your local library. Ask for it at your school. Encourage, remind your librarian, if you have one, to get this one and have it in your shelves, on your shelves. Thank you so much for being here on Storytime. Absolutely love that book, and thank you so much. I hope that everybody that was listening in, I hope that this warms your heart. I hope that indeed sets you off on a day where we can think critically about who else is sharing our communities and what we can do to play our part. Remember that everything that we do, those little words, everything that we do matters. People around us matter, and our voices, our words are powerful, our actions are powerful, and our inactions can also speak a lot. So please let us go, as we're going into this day today, remind ourselves of just how important a role we play in demanding justice, in demanding a fair world for everybody. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Absolutely appreciate each and every one of you. And when we read books like this on Storytime, it is definitely a reminder of why we do this every time. Just wonderful lessons together, learning together, and of course, beautiful books to read. Words are so powerful. Books can take us to so many words and help us understand so many things. I appreciate each and every one of you today, and indeed encourage you. And of course, taking on, in extension, encouragement from Benjamin to go out there today and try and make a difference. Thank you so much for being here. Absolutely appreciate it. Let us see who was with us this morning, joining in and enjoying that wonderful book indeed. Thank you Thank you. Thank you. Good morning to you. How are you doing? 70 degrees out in Natchitoches, Louisiana. Thank you so much for joining in. Not 78. Well, Pamela, thank you so much for being here. Braylon and Chad, I hope you enjoyed that lovely breakfast and, of course, the wonderful book that we had for you today. Thank you so much for being here. Linda D. Johns, how are you doing? Thank you so much for joining in. Glad you're here. Good to see you again here on Story Time. Absolutely enjoyed having you here. Thank you for being here. Benjamin, well, salute to you, my brother. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time. Absolutely appreciate this wonderful work that you've put in this wonderful book. Indeed, absolutely appreciate you. And Benjamin is 10 years old, and so you see these young people that are just doing amazing things. Thank you for the encouragement. Thank you for the beautiful reminders, Benjamin. We appreciate you. Thank you. And of course, good morning to you, Sunny, as well. Thank you for joining in. It is such a lovely book, and I'm carrying this one with me today to school to share with my students as well some more. Thank you so much for being here on Storytime. And hopefully one of these days, Benjamin, we can have you here on Storytime, and so you can share your story in your way, in your words. Thank you indeed for joining us. And of course, Sunny, thank you for being here, for creating the space, allowing our little ones to be here with us on Storytime. Thank you so much. Good morning to you, Chris and Mitchell Adams, and of course, Bolden, thank you for joining us out in Vermont. And you're saying, thank you, Benjamin, for sharing your story with us. Oh, absolutely. Thank you, Chrissy. And that is the beauty of this community. I know that we have such great people in here, and just speaking the honest truth. We appreciate you, and thank you for sharing your words, and indeed appreciation for Benjamin and his work right now. Thank you so much, Chrissy and Bowden. Appreciate you. Hope you have a lovely day out there in Vermont. Thank you, Benjamin. What a beautiful book, powerful poem and book. Thank you so much for sharing yourself with us. Thank you. That is coming from Amanda and Baby Bia. Good morning to you. Thank you so much for sharing, Benjamin. I hope you feel the love. I hope you see just what an impact you continue to have on our community. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. Good morning to you one more time, Amanda and Baby Bia out in Seattle. Thank you so much for joining in. I hope that one warmed up your hearts. Thank you for being here. We love this story. Braylon says Storytime goes by too quickly. What a wonderful and engaging book. Thank you all. Thank you so much. Thank you, Braylon. I will take that. I appreciate that. Like I say, time flies when you're having a good time, doesn't it? Thank you so much. I appreciate you, and I appreciate the energy that you bring to this wonderful community. I hope that you have a lovely day out there in Natchitoches, Louisiana. Thank you. Appreciations. Upstate New York is at 55 degrees today. Oh, yes. Thank you so much for joining in, and thank you for sharing that. You are actually warmer than we are in Oakland today, and it is promising out here to be a very windy day. Thank you so much for joining in. Absolutely appreciate you. I hope that you have a wonderful day out there. Sounds like it might be a good day to be outside as well. Absolutely appreciate it. And good morning to you, Chica Houston. How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining in. Good to see you here. I'm glad you're here with us today. Thank you indeed. And this has been Story Time for today. Joining us, Chica from South Carolina. Thank you so much for joining in. Absolutely appreciate you. To everybody that was here today, and of course, Benjamin and everybody else, thank you indeed. Story Time is what it is because you make it. You are here. You wonderful people have made Story Time such a safe place and such a welcoming community. Thank you for being here, and thank you for always reminding me as well as I go out into the world to remember to show up, to remember to turn up, to remember to keep on turning that dial for justice. Thank you so much for being here, and I absolutely appreciate each and every one of you. I hope that you have a wonderful day. This has been Story Time for today, and this has been our book, I Am Odd, I Am New, coming to you from Benjamin Giroux and illustrations by ROZ MACLEAN. And of course, this one we're reading with permission of SCHIFFER Kids. But please do not go away. Come back again tomorrow for more story time as we bring you another classic from SCHIFFER Kids. And this one is called The Two Fridas. Yes, join in and enjoy this wonderful memory from Frida Kahlo. And this one is illustrated by Gianluca Forley. So do join in and enjoy another wonderful book tomorrow. Another one just shows you all the different people that we have in the world and how beautiful it is when we are diverse like that. Thank you so much for joining in. Please have yourselves a wonderful day. Hugs from me, and I will see you again tomorrow for more story time. Bye-bye.
Story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing. Brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing